Welcome back to the channel. If you are returning, welcome. If you are new here, I am the Blunt Reader, and this is going to be a general reading for the sign of Aquarius. Now, Aquarius, I have no idea what happened to like the first half of your video, so I'm having to do a voiceover. Apparently, I took a picture instead of recording. I don't know. At any rate, for the first portion of this video, it will be a voiceover, so my apologies for that. But I didn't want to have to scrap the whole video because I do feel like what is left and what actually got recorded is something that needs to be heard. The overall message for you was definitely about choosing an alternate way to do things, whether that be in your love life, whether that be in your career, wherever you may need to change, which really seems to be across the board for you. Looking at things in a different way and choosing to do things in a different way is definitely going to help you. So in this reading, we're going to take a look at love for singles as well as those of you who are in a relationship or situationship. We will also take a look at what is coming towards you, whether you are single or otherwise. We will look at career and finances, and then finally we will take a look at what you don't see, what you should know, and your next step moving forward. There is an extended version for this video, so if you are interested in getting the extended for this or any of the other videos that I have recently posted, please join my Patreon. Over on Patreon, videos get uploaded first. You will also get all of the extended readings, as well as bonus readings that will not be available anywhere else but on Patreon. With all of that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading. So for singles, we have the Four of Pentacles. Part of this energy that is here is you're single and you're closed off. You're single, you don't want to mingle, you don't want to be bothered with anybody. I want to say because you're kind of focused on work for some of you, but for some of you, it's just you are closing yourself off from love. You don't want anything to do with it, possibly because you've been hurt and it's just like I don't have any desire to open myself up. I am just going to continue to remain closed off. This is safe for me. I like it here. For others of you, though, it does seem like you may still be holding on to a situation that you did not get closure from, is what I'm getting. Because it seems like in this situation, maybe you were ghosted or something. Like something happened unexpectedly. So maybe this person just stopped talking to you. Everything was going good, at least you thought it was. And they just kind of stopped talking to you, or they started to act different. They started to become distant. And maybe it was one of those things where it's like, it's not you, it's me. I need to focus on this. I'm not ready for a relationship, whatever other excuses they may have hit you with. But it's just like, it doesn't make sense because, well, just a week ago, everything was fine. Just the other day, everything was fine. And so some of you are still holding on to this because it doesn't make sense to you. And so you're trying to make sense of it, and I don't know if you ever will, because sometimes you're just not going to understand why people do the things that they do, because sometimes it just doesn't make any sense. And you have to be okay with that. You have to come to the realization that there are going to be things that will happen, things that people will do that will not make any sense. But it definitely seems for some of you, you are kind of being the stereotypical Aquarius. You're being cold, you're being detached, you're being standoffish. You don't want anything to do with anybody. I'm not going to open up. I'm not going to let myself be vulnerable. I'm not going to feel anything at all. Even with the couples, we have the Page of Swords. In the Page of Swords, one, it could be somebody spying, so it could be some insecurity, some trust issues there, somebody gathering information, trying to keep tabs, but at the same time, it's like trying to be prepared, trying to be ahead of the game. If I stay ready, I don't have to get ready. If I already think you're going to do this to me, then when you actually do it, it's not going to bother me as much. But the way she has this sword up, as if she's ready to use it, as if she is ready to fight, and there's literally nobody around her, is like you're preparing for a fight when there maybe doesn't need to be. So whether you're single or in a relationship or in a situationship, it kind of feels like the energy is all the same. It's defensive, it's guarded, it's closed off, it's not really wanting to open up or trust people. And for those of you who are in a relationship, I don't necessarily feel like it was, like always that way. Like it was always you being this guarded, closed off person. It could have been that something happened and now it's kind of made you this way. For others of you, there's something new. Like if you are just getting into a relationship, then this page of swords is kind of the gathering of information. You're getting to know this person still. You're still trying to pick them apart, definitely trying to pick their brain, trying to see all that you can see. Really, it's still kind of in a way of, let me get as much information from you so that I can use it to my advantage, but not like in a manipulative way. But let me just be sure that this is actually the right thing to do or the safe thing to do. So you're kind of like studying this person, watching them closely, keeping a close eye on them, seeing if they're going to switch up, if they're going to change up, if what they said 3 weeks ago is the same thing that they're saying now. Some of you are kind of testing this person, or this person is kind of testing you to see how you're going to react to something, because I kind of feel like there are some games being played. Um, for some of you, not it's not the type of mind games you want to play. I mean, I don't feel like anybody should play mind games, but I don't really know how to explain it. It's mind games, yes, but it's, for some of you, is simply to see where this person's head is. So it's kind of like playing devil's advocate, like that type of thing. But others of you, there's somebody who's playing mind games like they're still very immature. And so they will like test you, or you will test them and like say certain things or do something just to see how somebody's going to respond. Do that with the wrong person or the right person, and you might get your feelings hurt, especially dealing with an Aquarius. So for what is coming towards you, regardless of your relationship status, we have the Six of Swords. So, for those of you who are single, you're moving even further away from this situation, distancing yourself, at least trying to distance yourself. But again, with this Four of Pentacles, we're talking about holding on to something. So trying to distance yourself, trying to detach yourself, definitely mentally not wanting to think about it. You don't want anything to do with it at all. Like, just let's move on. For those of you in a relationship, you could be wanting to move away from this conflict, whatever the issue may be, if you've been having issues in your relationship. Some of you could also be moving, physically relocating. But even with that Six of Swords, I feel like it's about you having to do things in a different way. Like if you are single and you're this closed off and guarded person, it's like, okay, you can't be this way forever. You've been hurt, cool. So have most of the people in the world, but you can't allow that to dictate how you handle yourself now. Like you gotta heal from that. If you are in a relationship and you're the type of person who is always testing somebody, or you feel like you got to keep a close eye on somebody, well, maybe now it's time for you to do things differently and look at an alternative way of being in relationships, and not even just romantic relationships, even with your friendships, even with your family, even in work situations. It's doing things in a way that will bring about more peace for you, because the Six of Swords is all about, let me get out of this chaotic and hectic and confrontational energy and move towards something that is going to be peaceful, that is going to be calm. It reminds me of the Temperance energy, where there is patience, where there is understanding, where there is compassion. So looking to uh integrate more of that energy into your connections, your relationships with other people is going to be helpful for you. With the world, that is here for career and finances. We have the world, we have the Eight of Swords, and we have the Six of Pentacles. So, with the world, definitely could have been something that closed out with the Six of Swords. You could have moved away from a job, been let go, something to that extent. But the world usually talks about endings, beginnings, but also success and accomplishment. So something could have ended, but it started something that was a result of some sort of accomplishment. So maybe you left a position at a particular job, but you ended up getting another job, which was a promotion that came with a raise, that came with better benefits. So yeah, something ended, but something else began. Maybe you graduated from a program or from school and that's over, but now that you've graduated, that is the success and accomplishment, but it also comes with a better paying job. So something ending, but it leading to something that is a result of your accomplishment, or it is something that will bring more accomplishments to you and success, and you getting what it is that you want with the world. We're also talking about lessons for me. So maybe you were in a situation that was meant to teach you something. And again, with the Six of Swords, it's like maybe the situation was also chaotic, or there was just something about it that wasn't all that great. I kind of get the sense for those of you who are either thinking about leaving or have already left a job, is definitely like, yeah, I'm glad to be about it there. But with this Eight of Swords, it's like some of you are still feeling stuck or trapped in this situation, because the Eight of Swords is something that is mental, as you being in your head. So you think that you may be stuck or trapped in a situation that you want to get out of, because something about it is just not working for you. It's not giving you what you want, what you need, what you desire, none of that. And the Six of Pentacles says that something could be on the way to you, because the Six of Pentacles, one, we're talking about reciprocation and balance, and we're also talking about somebody who is very charitable, somebody who has it to give, and so they do give. And so it could be somebody giving you money. It could be a gift. It is almost your birthday season, so, or it could be your birthday season by the time this is posted. I don't know yet. So maybe somebody gives you a gift, maybe somebody gives you money, maybe somebody gives you an opportunity that will help both your career and your finances, or one or the other. But it definitely seems like there is something that is coming to you that is going to help you within your career and within your financial stability. For some of you, somebody pays like a bill or like a debt, something that has been kind of holding you up, or maybe you're working with somebody who does like credit repair, and something falls off of your credit, comes off of your credit, and that kind of helps you. Yeah, it's kind of what it feels like. Something like that, where there's something that's been kind of hindering your progress, holding you up, preventing you from moving forward in the way that you would like. With this Eight of Swords, it's like you just feel stuck. You feel stagnant. You feel complacent, like you're not moving. And for some of you, it's like your creativity feels blocked. Like you don't really know what to create, what to do, how to channel certain energy that you may be feeling. At any rate, I do feel like there is some relief that is coming to you in the form of either money or an opportunity, or even for those of you who do feel blocked, maybe it starts flowing again and you're able to create, which then, helps everything else. If you are feeling blocked creatively, one, I definitely suggest going outside. Wow. I guess in other parts of the world it may be cold and snowing. I forget everybody doesn't live in Miami and it's not still 80 degrees. But if you live somewhere where it's not, super cold, then definitely going outside, getting some sun, grounding yourself for sure, and working with carnelian specifically. The crystal carnelian will help, or could help uh, with your creativity. So It's what I'm seeing is almost like a Ferris wheel, and it's like the Ferris wheel is kind of just stuck. Like it was moving, and then it started to slow down, and then it stopped moving. And so maybe that's kind of how you feel right now in life as a whole, or in your career. Like things were going, things were rolling, everything was going well. Then things started to slow down, and now it just feels like it's a full stop. And you want to get out of this energy, and you will. I feel like there will be relief for you. For what you don't see is the hangman. And anytime the hangman comes up, it usually comes up when people are feeling stuck, when they feel stagnant, when they feel like nothing is moving. But maybe what you don't see is that you don't need to be moving right now. Like you need to be in this energy maybe to see something. Because again, with that world card, I feel like there's lessons or something that you're not getting that you should be. The hangman says that you can't rush anything, that everything happens exactly as it needs to. And so, with this Eight of Swords being here for your career, and even with the Six of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles with love, it's like you want to get out of this feeling. Whatever this feeling is for you, whatever makes you feel stuck and uncomfortable, you want to get out of this feeling. And that's what you're trying to make happen. But it's like at the same time, you don't know what you're supposed to be doing. It's like, I don't like this job, but what exactly am I supposed to be doing? Well, the hangman is saying, just chill out. If you don't know the answer right now, then maybe you don't need to know the answer right now. Maybe there's something else you need to be focusing your attention on. Maybe you just need to be uncomfortable right now because it's trying to show you something. And maybe part of that is that there is an alternate method for you to get what it is that you want. And maybe the way in which you've been going about it is not the way that you need to go about it. And if you change how you approach the situation, if you took this hangman approach and just kind of allowed things to happen, surrendered, allowed yourself to be open to receive guidance and clarity and to look at things in a different way, then you would be able to move forward and get what it is that you want. Because for what you should know, we got the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is something that is being offered, but it's being turned down, or it is not something you're looking at. Because again, you are looking at the Three Cups. This is what you want. You want it done in this particular way. It's the control that's messing you up because you want it to be done in this way. You want these Three Cups to give you what it is that you want, but maybe these Three Cups aren't what you should be working on. Maybe you should focus your attention on the cup that's being offered to you. Because this cup that is being offered to you could be coming from the Six of Pentacles, which is going to give you everything that you want, but you want what you want in the way that you want it. But if you want this Sun, which is your next steps, which is about you being happy, you being fulfilled, you getting your heart's desires where there is growth and there is expansion. If that is what you want, then you're going to have to surrender. You're going to have to look at another way of doing things. You're going to have to see what is being offered to you and be willing to take something that maybe doesn't look the way you think it's supposed to look or doesn't act or behave the way you think it's supposed to act or behave. You're going to have to maybe not be so analytical, not be so calculated, not be so you. Do things in a different way. And because you are unwilling or unable to see a different route, you may continue to feel kind of stuck and like nothing is happening, nothing is moving. It is if you look at it in a different way. If you allow yourself to see alternative methods and alternative ways of doing something, then you will get the victory and the success that you are looking for. So be open to trying things differently, to seeing things differently. Your perspective makes all the difference. So for your next step, we have the Sun here. So your next step is to get out of this Four of Cups energy, to recognize what you have, to be grateful for the things that you currently have, even if you feel like you're in this Four of Pentacles energy where you're like, I don't have the things that I need. Like, I need this, I need that, I need that. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, focus on what you do have, because that is how you get more. For some of you, you also are supposed to be pursuing something that's going to make you happier, more fulfilled. But you want it to work in this particular way with this particular person at this particular job. that you may be neglecting, that maybe the things that you want aren't actually making you happy or fulfilling you on any level. Also, tap into your inner child. Make sure that you are attentive to your inner child. Be less calculated and more willing to just go with the flow. Because once you start thinking about something, then you start overthinking, then you start overanalyzing, and nothing actually gets done. It's like kind of have this carefree energy. And I recorded your video. I was going to do a 2021 video for all of the signs. And I actually did yours, but like all of the videos got messed up. But I remember saying that for the first half of the year, really, for you, Aquarius, it was kind of like you were rebelling and not being the calculated you, not being the overthinker, the overanalyzer. It was just kind of doing things. I want to do it because I want to do it. This feels right, so I'm going to do it, not getting so in your head. So, yeah, tap into that energy of you just doing things because you feel that it's right without having to go through the whole analytical process. I know that's not you, that's not what you do, but again, alternative methods, alternative ways of doing things will get you different results, not you doing the same thing over and over again. So, there you have it, Aquarius. If you would like the extended, that information is in the description box. Click the link for Patreon. Until next time, I love you for free.